All right, well, we've been back from Cuba now a couple weeks. We've had a little bit of time to let the reality of the place sink in. So I wanted to ask you a first question, which, you know, this trip for you was the first time you'd been to Cuba. I'm interested to hear what your first impressions were of the place, and also how the reality of Cuba kind of was different than your perception of it.
You know, I guess I'll just start with like stepping off the plane. You know, you don't go off into sort of a tunnel and into an airport. You step off into the heat. I mean, it was December, and it just sort of took my breath away. And walked down a bunch of metal stairs, and you come into an area that's just really run down. And I was sort of worried, like, that's just how it's going to be. Everything's just going to be run down. Everything's going to be in disrepair. And maybe I thought, well, that's how the country will be, even its people. And I found that not to be actually, the case. Sure, the infrastructure is crumbling, but people were vibrant, and people were engaged in their country, and people had an entrepreneurial spirit. At least a lot of people we met that were looking to improve their country and improve their situation in life. And, you'd been there the first time in 2003. How has it changed?
Yeah, I mean, the thing, I was shocked by the difference between Cuba in 2003 and the difference in 2015. I knew it was different, but I was surprised by the pace of change between those 2 years. I mean, there's this younger generation in Cuba that is really interested in trying to grab a piece of the economy that just didn't exist in 2003. Small businesses, this tourist economy that they're working in now, and also leaving. Much easier to leave Cuba than it was in 2003. I think the number this year is something like 50,000 Cubans came to the United States, and the normal number is more like 5,000. So for all these reasons, it was really striking to me. I think Americans think of Cuba as a frozen place, and I think that what we found was that Cuba is changing and changing rapidly, and that was interesting to me.
Right, I thought the change, I was able to, this being my first time, I was able to see sort of a little bit of the old world and what at least Havana is really going to become. And it seems like it's really fast.
It's like taking paddles to an American's chest and yelling clear. I mean, there's just an energy, it's the color, it's the sound, it's the gracious, friendly people, it's the noise on the street, it's the dancing. It's a place that has an energy all its own, and it's so great to be able to go there and try to bring a little element of that back to our readers. So I was really glad we were able to do that.